Mike Cardano with Roto Experts of the Fantasy Sports Network here with you on this Thursday, April 24th. And I'm here to help put the odds of winning daily fantasy baseball matchups today in your favor. And I can do it au naturel with no foreign substances, no pine tar or anything. What a dope this Pineda is. After they caught him last week against the same team, the rival Red Sox, you'd think he'd be a bit more discreet about things. Look, everybody does it, but they put it on their hat or their belt, or the catcher will have some on his shin guards to help out. But to just go out there and make it so visible like that gives nobody any choice but to do something about it. It's insulting. Think about it. This schmo sat on the sidelines for 2 seasons getting healthy, and that's what he came up with? To smear it all over himself? He looked like he was trying to reenact the Tawana Brawley situation. All right, let's move on to today. It seems like people are excited and rejuvenated today. I've got people tweeting me about the NFL schedule that came out last night. That's exciting stuff. And I even have people asking me about the Apple 701 stock split. We'll have to talk about that off the air. Let's talk some daily fantasy baseball. That's what you came here for. By the majority of the feedback I've been getting, it seems like many of you have been able to take my recommendations and put them to good use. So let's keep that trend going. I love Jordan Zimmermann today. Active Padres batters have only hit 180 against him, and Zimmermann isn't the type of pitcher that you expect to get a ton of strikeouts, but in a 2 or 3 pitcher format, he works very well, especially on a night when he's priced less than Scott Kazmir and Dan Herron. Hey, the New York Mets are winning games, but they're winning them with pitching mirrors. Check this out. Metropolitan position players are batting .216 on the season with a slugging percentage of just .308. Now, when you consider the fact that last season there was only one full-time player in baseball, Edney Hechavarria, that had a lower slugging percentage than the entire Mets team, and their offense as constituted is truly putrid. Heck, had it not been for Lucas Duda's home run last night, their slugging percentage would be under .300 on the season. Look, there's a reason that Cardinal starter Lance Lynn is the second highest priced pitcher in the afternoon games today on sites behind Max Scherzer. Lynn is 4-0, averaging 10.3 strikeouts per 9, facing the inept Mets lineup, and that matchup is just too good to pass up. Remember, the Mets can win an ugly game, but that doesn't mean the opposing pitcher won't rack up fantasy points. All right, we're going to pick on Bruce Chen a bit here today. Cleveland left fielder Michael Brantley is 10 for 16, batting .526 lifetime against the Royals starter, without ever striking out. And recently activated designated hitter Jason Giambi is 6 for 16, batting .375 against Chen. So, what's so special about that? 16 at-bats is no big deal. It's true, but when you have home runs in 25% of your at-bats against someone, that's a big deal. Giambi has 4 long flies in the lefty-on-lefty matchup in just 16 at-bats, and he's as cheap as can be on all sites, including a site minimum $2,200 on FanDuel. Use Giambi in there today and save some money for your big pitching stud. Plenty of day games again today, so like yesterday, that's going to mean that you have 2 sessions where you can win. Or lose, I suppose, depending on how you look at it. Hey, it doesn't appear that there are going to be any weather concerns today, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be checking in on your lineups before game time just to make certain that the guys you have in there are definitely playing. That's something that should be a part of your daily routine if you're playing daily fantasy. And for more daily fantasy coverage, tune into SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius 210 XM87 from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the first word in daily fantasy with an entire hour dedicated to the day's daily fantasy gaming with Dr. Roto and Tony Sincata along with daily fantasy industry heavyweights Drew Dinkmeyer and Mike Leone, so be sure to tune in for that. And if it's fantasy you want while you're getting ready for work or commuting to work, tune into the Roto Experts in the Morning Show with Scott Engel and Adam Ronis from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, weekdays, right here on the Fantasy Sports Network or on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. And for you West Coast folks, we're going to replay the show here for you on the network during your 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. time slot. The first ever Fantasy Sports Network is here. You're watching it right now, and you can now take it with you wherever you go. The new Fantasy Sports Network mobile app is your season ticket to the latest fantasy news, information, and analysis. Get access to the live stream of television programming, along with a suite of in-depth articles, on-demand videos, and podcasts. Fantasy Sports now goes wherever you go. The Fantasy Sports Network mobile app, available now on iTunes. And keep those cards and letters coming, and if you're not a snail mail guy, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Good luck to all of you in your daily games today with both day and night games. I hope you win early and often.